let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought, a touchdown mind. Out of the box every time. No limits, no change, no walls to climb. We're rewriting the rules in real time. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. No limits, no chains, no walls to climb. We're rewriting the rules in real time. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. Every shot's a story, every cheer's a spark. Under the lights we make our mark. Beyond the scoreboard, beyond the lines. Out of the box, redefining the grind. The grind. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the special Tuesday edition of the Sully Squad. It's been a while since we've had a sports week like we've had here in Philadelphia. I mean, the Eagles had won so many games in a row. What were they, like 20-1 in the last 21 games?
Yep.
Yes, the Eagles finally took an L. And then the Phillies, 96 win regular season team, win the NL East, the number 2 seed. Everybody, Red October, everybody's excited. And, boom, two games at Citizens Bank. Nobody came up with any big hits, really, except for the 9th inning last night. Down 2-0 on life support going to L.A. So it's, while it's been pretty good in Philly for a while sports-wise, really, really terrible week. So we're going to recap the 2 Phillies games and see if there's any hope. We'll recap the Eagles' loss versus Denver. Thank God they got in 2 nights from now they'll be up the Meadowlands. So hopefully they get that taste out of their mouth. And then we'll get the mush picks a little later. So we're gonna get into it. Diego may be hopping on, but right now I got the rest of the crew. I got my man Jeff in the middle. What's up, Jeff? How you doing?
As my new name says, I identify as disappointed.
All righty. And then I hear you on that. And then right next to Jeff is my man Sean. What's up, Sean? How you doing?
What's up, fellas? Good. Better than the Phillies.
Yeah, so I guess we might as well start off with the Phillies, since when we get the mush on, we get a lot of football. So plus they're kind of the hot topic since they played last night. Jeff, I'll start with you. Before we recap last night, is there any hope? Should they have even bothered to get on the flight? Is there any hope that somehow they could take 2 in LA, or are we just prolonging the inevitable?
Just prolonging the inevitable. One, you got Nola. Why wouldn't? I mean, this is the deciding game right here. Suarez should be in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no way Nola should be in there. So that right there, I'm not going to say obviously they want to win, but I think now it's like, how can I put it? In hockey, when you're not scoring and you're holding that stick a little bit too tight, And in football, you're kicking that ball as hard as you can, and it goes wide. That's what the Phillies seem like they're doing right now. This is it. This is one and done. You lose one, you're done. They should be going out there with everything. And how can you go with Nola? Seriously. I don't want to hear anything about what he's done and how long he's been with the Phillies and all this other stuff. You got to go with who's the better pitcher right now. That's my view on that, at least.
Yeah. Sean, how about you? Should they even bother flying out there?
My heart says yeah, but no. Yeah, I mean it's just like last night, man. With Topper's decision, like you said before the show, bunting, having Castellanos run. I mean, just a disappointment in itself. And then you got Noah, like Jeff said, who's Topper said because he doesn't have bullpen experience. I find that hard to believe. Next man up. It's a bunch of BS.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I'm kind of with you. I mean, I can't believe he's going with Nola. I mean, it almost tells me, like, is Ranger hurt? I mean, is this just gamesmanship? Because first off, I mean, he says he has Ranger in the bullpen. The last two games doesn't even go to him. And then we come to game 3, and Rangers had a much better year than Aaron Nola, and he starts Aaron Nola. And meanwhile, Nola I think has like a 7 or 8 ERA in the first inning. I mean, it's been Nola's worst year, and I just don't get it because he's going Nola and he's got Ranger backing him up, but who's to say it's not going to be 2-3-0 in the first inning or two?
Exactly.
Here's something I don't understand. Maybe both of you can explain it to me. Sean, you played baseball, right?
Yeah.
And Joe, did you play ball?
Yes.
Okay. So same here. And when they say bullpen, it doesn't have bullpen sense. To me, part of that's bull. Because when I pitched when you're in high school and stuff like that, pulling up the higher thing, pitching is pitching. You go out there, you throw the ball in the bullpen, and then you come out and you throw. Some guys can't handle the pressure of like the 8th or 9th inning. That's different. But you're not going to roll it in the 8th and 9th inning. So having bullpen experience to me is a bunch of, it's a product, of butter. Put it that way.
Yeah.
It's just going out there throwing. Look what Ranger did. Ranger never had it, but he did last year.
Yeah, he's a different being. Like he's cool and collective back there, like you said. He just goes out and does what he's supposed to do, and that's pitch.
And that's with every team. Every team that says, they don't have bullpen experience. Well, guess what? Papelbon was a starter. He didn't have bullpen experience, but what did he end up doing? Being a hell of a great bullpen pitcher. I'm so tired of them making excuses, just in general, all sports making excuses. This guy doesn't have any, he can't do this, he can't do that. To me, it's like a wide receiver who can't be a cornerback. Well, why not? He's doing the same thing, except he's looking for the ball to steal instead of the ball to catch,
Instead of catching it, You're right.
I mean, you're not going to change, in a football game, it's a little bit different. And in Super Bowl, you wouldn't all of a sudden change a guy's position that way. But in baseball, you're just going out there and throwing the ball. Doesn't matter what inning it is. Just go up there and do that one job you need to do.
But Joe brings up a good point. I mean, I was watching the Farsi show. Maybe Ranger is hurt. And
that I didn't think of. Yep.
Topper doesn't want to say it, but the writing's on the wall for me. Like I said to you guys earlier, I think if he doesn't show good managerial these games, I want him good. Good is gone. I'm done. He doesn't back up JT when JT had that ball. It was called a strike. He just sat in the dugout like a zombie. Be that be that manager like Lou Piniella and guys kicking the dirt, spitting sunflower seeds. He's nothing. He's just that laid-back Canadian. And
it obviously seems. I mean, Castellanos isn't the greatest thing since sliced bread and everything.
Yeah,
but that's gotten out of control too.
Yeah,
I know that Castellanos put up to me his career is on the downslope. He seems to have all of a sudden he has a good couple weeks, and then all of a sudden he goes back to trying to hit that ball. I mean, look at last game, back to hitting that pitch all the way down the bottom right hand corner.
He loves the rate, dude. High, low. I mean, He's the kind of player you tell your kids not to big really. So but
Yeah, I know. I was going to say I was wrong on my Otto Kemp prediction. He was overmatched when he was in there, and one of the things. I mean, we could rip Topper, but Turner, Harper, Schwarber. I mean, Turner's the only guy that got a hit.
Yeah.
What did they combine? What, like 1 for 12 or something?
One for 12, but 2 for 22.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, and it's funny because I'm watching. Harper came up in two times in big spots, couldn't get it done. Schwarber couldn't even touch the damn ball. And then at the end of the game, I know Suzuki's good, but Turner got up there, and I don't know about you guys, but I looked at his face and I was like, man, he looks scared to death up there. I was like, he literally looks scared of the moment, and I was like, he's not going to get it done. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, but if you want to win these playoff games, you need your big money players to step up. Look at the Dodgers lineup. I mean,
yes,
look, the Dodgers hitters. If you look at this series, the Dodgers really didn't do shit either. I mean, the Dodgers scored. They scored in the 7th inning in Game 1, or 6th and 7th inning, I guess it was. And then this game, they scored all their runs in the 1 inning. I mean, really, neither team's really hitting the ball. The difference is the Dodgers came up with a little bit more clutch hits than we did.
Will Smith comes in, who hasn't played yet because he's been injured. He comes in, and what does he do? It's a hit. Blows the game over.
Exactly. Yeah. He gets a big hit, and
we shut down Shohan. I mean, we've got him shut down.
Yeah. I mean, the guys you don't think that are going to hit, like Joey said, they hit. Your Hernandez, the catcher that was before Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, but like you said, our top 3 hitters got to come out and show out, and
their top 3 aren't doing anything either. We like I said, Shohan we've knocked down. Freeman was the guy who always kills us. He ain't doing stuff either.
Mm-hmm.
Our starting pitching, I feel bad for them because they're throwing hell of good games.
Yes.
Lizardo looked a little shaky at first, but then he
rebounded.
He was firing.
Yeah. He got his composure, and he was on.
Yeah.
It's guys like it's a shame. You're Orion Kirkring, Strom, Robertson. I mean, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Like Joey said, 96 wins regular season. Postseason, we know it's a different ballgame. 0-0. Show up and show out, and obviously we're not. We're basically getting shown the door so far.
And I'm not going with some of the reporters things you listen to. A couple of days probably hurt the Phillies. No, it didn't. They didn't play that great the last couple of games.
No.
Off anyway. If it was like a 2-week layover, that's different, like the Super Bowl kind of thing. No, they're just not hitting.
What do you think?
They're not playing small ball. I don't know what they're thinking, but they're definitely not doing anything like the Dodgers. And I want to see, like I said earlier before the show, bring up the new guys. I don't want to hear Crawford at Lehigh or whatever. Let them play the winter ball. And like Joey said, audition. See who stays, who goes, and that's that. Painter.
Look around the league. Look around the league and look at some of the guys that are.
Look at the Brewers. Perfect.
Yeah.
Choros, and I'm gonna Morosky, if that's the pitcher. They're bowling. These guys are playing their asses off. Us, no, not so.
We look like the Yankees, and the only thing we can say is we've got more runs than the Yankees have.
Yeah, Mike Papernick Jr. says the Dodgers watched all the video from last postseason against the Mets on how to pitch the Phillies, just throw junk, and they will swing like an infection. And then Fuji was asking, do the Phillies come to play tomorrow?
That's something you got to ask Bryce Harper.
I have no. The one thing about the Phillies, it goes all the way back to 2022. Like 2022, they had that great run. But as soon as, if you remember, as soon as there was expectations, like they weren't supposed to beat the Astros, but they were up 2-1. Immediately lost 3 in a row. They even got no hit the next night. And then 2023, they're not supposed to beat the Braves. They go down, they go and they beat the Braves. Then they get up 2 on the Diamondbacks, and as soon as they were ready, as soon as they were supposed to win, they dropped the next 2. Then they win Game 5, and it's like, okay, hey, they just got to win 1 out of 2 at home to get to the World Series. They shit the bed there. And then last year, they win the division. They're at home against the Mets. They're supposed to beat the Mets. They don't show up. Now this year, the Dodgers were favored. If you look at Vegas, the Dodgers are favored on the series. But the Phillies had home field advantage, quote unquote, Red October. What do? They squeeze the shit out of the bats and they lose the 2 at home. So, this team doesn't do well when there's expectations. Now, on the flip side, everybody has them marked for death and they're going to LA. Would it totally shock you if they went out there and won a game or 2 because now everybody has a mark for death? Maybe there's no pressure and they actually play loose.
That would be nice.
Anything can happen. Yeah, it'd be nice.
It would be nice, but is that the case? You're absolutely right. You hit it on the head. I mean, for Christ's sake, they ought to. At least do it for the fans. Not only for the fans, do it for yourself because you're playing like dog shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm just joking about the Yankees, but look at the Yankees. The Yankees just got crushed in 2 games by the Blue Jays. There's no answer. There's no answer to their bats right
23
now.
runs. 23.
Yes. They're just hitting everything. It looks like a big beach ball coming up there when it's being pitched to them.
Yeah.
We're not that bad off. We're keeping right in there. It's just.
And you got guys that are unsung heroes. Kirk, their catcher. Guys that you don't think that are going to hit, they're hitting. Because they're ready and willing to play for that game, that big game.
Yeah.
No?
And Teoscar always kills us. He's another one that kills us, too.
He's always been a good player, man, from Seattle to Toronto. I always liked him, but now I dislike him because he's on the Dodgers. I hate to say. But, I mean.
Mike Papperton thinks they win Game 3, but he says the Phillies should have went with Suarez or Nola last night when Luzardo.
Absolutely, but good old Topper.
I would have sent Nola out. I would not have sent Suarez because Suarez you need a pitcher for Game 3. If you're going to lose Game 2, you need to have somebody that can possibly take Game 3. I just Nola to me. Hoping.
Look at what the Dodgers did Saturday night with Glasnow.
Yeah,
that was phenomenal. Unfortunately, but that's like what we're saying should have been with Nola last night. But that wasn't the case.
You got to play all in.
I'm happy with that, but that didn't happen because Topper. I don't know if he got lost in the sauce or whatever, but he sure as hell wasn't thinking last night.
He reminds me of a creature of habit. He has his ways set, and he doesn't like to think off that.
And he's not going to change them for no one.
Yeah.
You're right. If I was Stott, I wouldn't have bunted. I would have overrode him because look at the average. Look at what he's been doing. But the bunt, come on, man.
I know. That was just – there's nobody on first base, so you're not going to get a double play.
Yeah.
But let him hit.
And then you got concrete feet on second.
Yeah, what do you
think?
So Mike Papperton Jr. is confused as why Suarez isn't pitching Game 3. We all agree. I mean, if Suarez, the only thing that would make me understand it is if Nola pitches tomorrow night and then they don't put Suarez in and then they go out and say, "Hey, Ranger was hurt." That's the only thing that will make me understand, because if Ranger's healthy, I don't understand why he's not.
I would start Bueller first before I would start Nola. Then put Nola in afterwards.
At this point, it's like picking names out of a hat. Sure, let it be. Because look at where we're at. We're down 2-0. I mean, you got to do whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm totally with you guys. Like, I would have wished we would have seen Suarez. We do not know if he's hurt, but that isn't the case. But we'll see tomorrow. And you know, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I hope they can do something. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of baffling. You don't have kind of an answer. We can pick certain stupid things like, yeah, the bunt was dumb. That was not right. He shouldn't. But he shouldn't have had Castellanos at second base as the runner. We're pulling that play anyway.
And let's get back, like the throw that Turner did to Real Muto. Real Muto would have tagged him out.
Yep.
But the way he threw it to him on the first base side. So here he had to go turn his body, and that's the rest. If he didn't, he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, then all right. So if we do, so let's say the season is over.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I'm looking at is like, I mean, you got Kyle Schwarber's a free agent, you got JT's a free agent, Suarez is a free agent. I think Rangers pretty much gone. I could see them keeping Schwarber and JT, but you can't bring this lineup back. I mean,
no, Bohm's. I think Bohm's going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's had a pretty good end of season coming back from injury, he seems to do pretty well. But he's gone. If anything, his end of season helps. Helps possibly trade him and get something, out there. And I don't want, as much as we were calling for Pete Alonso, I don't want another guy who's just a home run hitter. We need a mix of players, right? We just can't. We're not the Yankees. We're not somebody that's going to have 6 guys going to hit home runs because look what's happening to them. We need a mix of a team. We need a team like the 2008 Phillies, a good mixture.
Would you be happy with Alex Bregman from Boston? I know the age is a concern, injuries, but like you're saying, Jeff, I want a guy on third that has some pop and can play defense.
I think I would take him over Nolan Arianda right now.
Really?
Yeah, I would, because he's got the experience. I know Arianda's good, but he gets hurt too much. Bregman would work here for a couple of years, but then again, depending on who we bring up, are we rebuilding now? Are we going to tear this down? Because this is 3 years now into a run.
It sounds like it. I
we
mean,
can't keep all these guys. If we got to tear them down, do we want an old man Bregman? Or is there somebody out there young enough to? Do we throw Sosa in there for the year and wait for somebody who's a big name third baseman that we want? I don't know. I don't know who's really out there.
I like the way Sosa plays ball. He just has fun when he's out there. He's a pretty good utility guy, and I don't see why not. But like Mike said, if Bohm's gone, it's emptiness. I really don't think so. I see him Kemp as a valuable, kind of like Sosa. Put him in when somebody needs a rest or something like that.
Bench
the
guy
does like playing, and it's kind of a good story. But we got to see Crawford up here, and I'd rather, if need be, if like Joey was saying, Stott's going, how about we swap Turner and Stott if we're not going to bring up Aiden Miller, Stott at shortstop, and Turner second.
Mike Papernick Jr. saying Bregman signed a 3-year contract, but I think he has an out though after this year.
Yes, he does. But Mike's right. I mean, I want to. I've said to you earlier, I want to see Crawford up here. Enough of him batting 300, him stealing. Bring his skill set up here instead of letting it rot in Lehigh Valley.
Yeah.
Are we going to see another Jesse Biddle? If anybody remembers that, with Ruben Amaro.
Yep.
The time is now, like you said, Joey, instead showcase these guys, because then you see if they are what they are for their work. If not, like you said, get some trade packages and trade them, But, Nicky 3 Buttons, he's gone. I like to see Bohm gone. Kepler, see ya. Bader, I just like Bader's energy.
like Bader. I would keep Bader.
I like Bader's energy. I know he's 31, and it seems like he's found the team because he's been around the league, Mets, Yankees, Twins, etc. Maybe he's found a home to
Yeah.
You know, call it a career. But yeah, something's got to give. Keep JT. I love JT's energy and his knowledge and what he brings. But the question is, like you said, do we sign Schwarber or do we
This is
let him go?
The Phillies are the last year's Eagles. We got these guys. The team's done. We got these guys exiting now. We need some of these guys to exit, and we need to rebuild. Part of it is from the farm system. And I think what's his face is going to be the real deal. Crawford. I'm not sold on Painter yet.
No, I'm not. You keep hearing Painter this, Painter that. Bring his ass up.
Yeah.
Bring him up.
Yep.
You know, see what he's all about.
Sometimes players aren't minor league players. Some of them are just major league players.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where they shine, you know?
Yeah.
But
See,
go ahead, Joey.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, there's guys like, so if you look like you're going to have Harper, you're going to have Turner. You know, I think they keep JT, and I think they wind up keeping Schwarber.
Yep.
So then, I would like to keep Bader.
I absolutely agree.
All right, so that's what, 5 out of the 9.
Yes.
So then, Bohm, I'm ready to move on from. So I'd like to get a replacement at third, maybe a guy that hits 20 to 25 homers.
Mm-hmm.
Then Crawford, I'd bring up. I'd play him every day. And you know what? I would, like Stott is very good defensively, and Stott's good defensively, and Stott came on towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
But I would be, if they could upgrade the third base, like say, there was a Japanese guy that supposedly they're in the running for, which they probably won't get because it seems like we don't. But say if they did sign somebody like him to be the third baseman, I like Stott defensively, and he did come on, but I'd be okay with moving on from him. And Marsh played well as the season went on too. I'd be okay with moving on from Marsh. Like, I'm okay with trading Stott, trading Marsh, and trading Bohm if you could get anything for him. Upgrade the third base position. Aiden Miller was killing Double-A. You know what? I would consider bringing him up relatively early, and maybe you move Trey Turner to second base. You play Miller at short. All right. You keep Bader at center, Crawford could play left or right, and then you go get another outfielder, through trade or free agency, an everyday outfielder that maybe can hit you 20 to 25 homers. And, at least then, then you bring Painter up too, you give him a chance. But at least then, when you come playoff time, there's certain guys you have to keep, like you'd be keeping half this lineup, but at least you changed out half of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I don't know if you do the same thing I do. I flick around the channels to see what's on, and there's other games on. I just, I'll usually watch a little bit, and you're always hearing about, this guy, went right past AAA and came up, and this guy's hitting this and doing that and doing that. The Phillies don't do that. They've never done that.
They just leave them down there.
I just don't get it.
Like you said perfectly. Seattle, St. Louis Cardinals are a perfect example. You two guys get hurt, you're up. Look at what happened. Colton Wong, Tommy Edman. I can go on and on.
Edman's a great example.
These guys or you don't hear of them. Once they get to the big show, big lights, they produce. They do what they got to do, and that's show up and show out. Unlike us, like you said, let's leave you in the minors. No, the time is now for Crawford and Aiden Miller to come up to see what they have, and if they don't have it, then let's trade them.
Tell me if this makes. I think the Phillies have had a bad taste in their mouth about bringing rookies up and all this ever since the Dominic Brown experience went sideways. He was supposed to be the 5-tool greatest player on the face of the earth, and he did jack squat. And ever since then, it seems like they're afraid to bring somebody up too soon, because who's the next one they brought up was what's his face? It's Kingery. And then they spent all that money on him, and he didn't do anything.
Mickey Moniak. I mean, the list goes on.
Moniak's crushing it now in Colorado. Was crushing it in Colorado at the end.
Yeah.
Let's see. This Phillies pitching staff for next season is Sanchez, Luzardo. Then Wheeler is questionable. Ranger free agent. What Nola are we getting? And Taiwan Walker. So the Phillies only have 2 reliable starters for next season so far.
True. I think Walker we get rid of, hopefully. Nola, I don't know which one we get. Hopefully we get a completely healed, and maybe he'll be a 2 or a 3. I don't know. Luzardo's not going anywhere. He's found his place to stay if he's smart. Pitching staff, the pitching coach helped him out, and look what he's doing.
Oh yeah. Total turnaround,
Yeah.
And how about this? Maybe get another guy, Alcantara, his other guy.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, It remains to be seen. But like you said, guys, something's got to give. You got to bring these guys up and not let them rot. And
Sometimes I just wonder. I mean, sometimes I wonder: is it because of revenue? They want to have the big name guys there, so everybody comes out and the revenue that we want to see them, or is this really that they want to try and get a World Series?
Well, if they want to try to get a World Series, it ain't happening. Like you said, the time is now.
That's true.
You
Yeah,
got to do what the other teams do. Like you said, the Brewers, and most importantly, like once again, the Cardinals are a perfect example. Next man up. You get hurt, that guy's up. And there's been a lot of guys that came through that farm.
Well, look at the time here. Look, another team you can say. Look at the Tigers. The Tigers were like dead last place a couple seasons ago. They were a laughing stock.
Royals as well.
Yeah, and the Royals, right?
Royals, like you say Royals out of your mouth, you laugh. Tigers, you laugh. Now it's a different story.
Yeah,
because you got a lot of guys, Bobby Witt, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is time to bring up Painter, Mike. But
Exactly. Sink or swim.
Yeah. I mean, we could say that we turn blue in the teeth, but
you're not going to know until you do it. I mean,
you got it.
All right, so let's make predictions I think we're all kind of on the same page, but do the Phillies are the Phillies done? Are we all predicting this is over? Do they lose? Do they show some heart and win tomorrow night?
I don't think they're going to come back from LA with a win. I think they're going to lose either this game or tomorrow night or whatever the next game is. I don't think they're going to come out of LA. I just don't think they have 2 games in a row to win.
I think they're going to at least come out. I'm going to be the other guy to come out with some kind of fight and a win. So, but it doesn't look good.
No.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think somehow, some way they find a way to get tomorrow night's game, but then Thursday night it's over. I think even with Sanchez, because Sanchez, I think Sanchez will go Thursday night, so they'll go Sanchez Thursday.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he pitched Saturday, so he's on normal rest Thursday. But I still think they lose. So I think they win one and then they lose Thursday. Mike Papernick Jr. asked, "Who's our catcher next season?" As Realmuto is a free. I think Realmuto's coming back.
During the years he was saying that he would take the hometown cut. He really wants to stay here. He loves it here. Family likes it here, and he pretty much wants to retire here.
Yeah, I think JT comes back, but
we need a better backup catcher though.
Paul Spencer says the bank is not a home field advantage anymore. Teams are not afraid. Next game, Yamamoto at home is nasty. Yeah, I know that's true. I mean, I don't know. I'm going with the theory of the fact that the Phillies do better when the expectations are low and everybody just thinks they're going to lose. So I think they'll find a way to win, So, but anyway, all right. So we all have the Phillies winning tomorrow night, but losing Thursday. So if that's the case, Thursday is a big sports night here in this Philadelphia area because we have the Phillies on at 6, and then the Philadelphia Eagles are the Thursday night game up at the Meadowlands. Eagles coming off a tough loss, finally losing against Denver. I guess let's recap this Denver game first. Saquon Barkley only 6 carries. I mean, I know they wanted to get the passing game going, But you can't only give it to Saquon 6 times. I mean, what was your takeaway from Sunday's game, Jeff? I'll start with you.
Well, they should have not given in to A.J. Brown. They gave in to him and threw the ball too much to him. I mean, your game. We know that the Eagles' game is the running game, and they got to open that up. They got to stop running straight up the middle anyway. They got to open it up, and I know we got injured players. That's hurting us, but we got to you can't just give in to AJ and throw that way. I know Devontae had a great game, but overall, I think the game plan that Patullo put out there absolutely sucked. They kind of knew what we were going to do. We were going to pass, and Denver's got a good defense.
Yeah. So
we didn't set up the pass with the run. 6 runs. I didn't like that, and it just didn't look good. I just thought that they gave AJ Brown on that to make him happy, and that's not what you need to do there. I'm sorry. You do that, then everybody's going to do that. I want the ball more. Then everybody's going to want that. And I don't believe that he threw that game at the end and all that kind of stuff. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. I mean, they were trying to win. I mean, and of course it sucks to lose. I mean, but they were getting, they've been getting away with shit the first 4 weeks. I mean, penalties and mistakes, and obviously I never want to see them lose, but I feel like this loss maybe could be maybe long term could be a good thing for them, because maybe it humbles these guys a little bit. They were out there, people say you can correct mistakes off of wins, but a lot of times you're just happy you won. You know what I'm saying? Now that they lost, it's like, oh, we better really look at this shit. So Sean, what was your big takeaway from Sunday?
Well, we didn't play only Denver. We played another team, and that's called the Zebras. I mean, from Bo Nix's arm to the fumble to fourth quarter with Dallas Goedert, McMillan just totally holding them. I can go on and on with that, but like Jeff said, with Saquon, and you said 6 carries just doesn't cut it. Patullo is too conservative. And to me, something's got to give, or your ass is good as gone. I don't want no more in-house guys. I'd rather see a guy outside the organization. I'm just throwing names out there: McDaniel, McCarthy, something, or even a college dude. But I'm sick of, well, let's bring in this guy because I played with him. No, sorry, Nick, it ain't cutting it. And the O-line, like we said last week, they're playing hobble. And it's a shame. Landon Dickerson is trying to give it his all, and you can see it's really kicking his ass. And another thing is, did you notice Tyler Steen on the line turning around to Hurts? What's that all about? You know what I mean? Are they
Confusion.
getting it wrong? Are they, you know what I mean? But I wish I would have seen Hurts run more instead of being more pocket aware, because he can kill you with his legs. Unless they said, nah, I don't want you to run. Nah, screw that.
That was, to me, it was more of that was really a scripted game more than an instinctual game. And I think Hurts plays more of an instinctual game better. He plays more. He plays better when he's reactive of what's happening around him than being proactive, like it was all scripted that way. That's the way I kind of saw it. Like you said, his legs can hurt you. He surveys the field. His head wasn't. He didn't look like a bobblehead like he usually does now. Because remember before, he wasn't real good at reading the defenses and reading the players open. Now he's starting to read. Last year and in the beginning, he's starting to read other players. This game just looks so scripted.
Yeah, I like what Mike Kaepernick's saying. Do you guys agree? Like trying to get the last comment, Trey Hendrickson. I mean, anything. And to me, I want another cornerback because that's another thing. Keely Ringo, boy, he's just horrendous.
Yeah, he is.
If it's not him, it's Adoree Jackson.
He's horrendous.
Like I've been saying, what's the deal with Asante Samuel Jr.? He's young. Is it his neck, his shoulder? I mean, we got to get him in here because I think it would kind of comfort the secondary because DeJean is a hell of a tackling machine. You know, Quignon's that lockdown, that guy that you want, but something's got to give.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I'm with you, Sean. I mean, you know, the call on Goddard at the end should have been made, but like, you know, but I'm not going to blame the refs totally.
No. Yeah,
You know, because the Eagles were sloppy. You know, I mean that, you know, you got Saquon moving at the same time, taking away that big pass to Devontae Smith.
Mhm.
You know, that was a big play. You know, I thought the callback of the intentional grounding, I thought was bullshit. You know, I don't think they should have done that. But
how about the Zach Bourne? Look at that. I'm telling you, as a guy that played defense, he can't put the brakes on. He wasn't trying to annihilate him. Because if you can see it real quick, Joey, he was trying to get some extra yards.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Mike Kaepernick Jr. saying when the Eagles got pressure on the quarterback, it makes the secondary better. No, I hear you on that. So, all right, well, let's look. Let's look ahead to this game versus the Giants.
I have a question to jump in here. Did anybody watch the game last night? The KC Jacksonville?
I didn't see it.
I did.
So I'm calling the new play. We have the Philly, and now Trevor Lawrence has the silly.
Oh yeah, I saw
that game when he fell. He's like flopping all over the place like a fish out of water and scores the touchdown. I loved it.
What's even better, it was against Kansas City too.
100% made it better.
You know, it gets no better. You know,
Yep.
And Joey's buddy Sunshine is 4-1.
I know. How about that? I'm shocked at that.
He must have heard you talking shit, man. He said, "I'm gonna prove this silver hair motherfucker."
I know, right? Tell me about it. I know, man.
So,
I'm sorry. Go back to the Eagles.
So the Giants were, you know, they got a division game versus the Giants. You know, we'll see if Landon Dickerson can play. I haven't heard anything about his injury. I mean, you know, I almost feel like he needs to miss a game or two. I mean, he's gotten it out, but you know, with this short turnaround, you wonder if he can gut it out. Maybe you might have Toth playing guard, which is a little concerning. But and then the Giants, you know, Jackson Dart got his second start. A lot of rookie mistakes by him last week. You know, he threw a couple, you know, picks, interceptions. You know, so they lost down in New Orleans. What's the concern level going to the Meadowlands?
it's the field.
Yeah.
It's the new vet. You know, they lost Malik Neighbors. You know, they are riding high on Jackson Dart and Mr. I like to hit telephone poles, Scatterbo.
I love Scatterbo.
You know, he's a hell of a rookie running back. You know, he runs on his high energy. But
when
we had Diddinger on, like you said, Joey, this defense is real stingy.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's not – it's a concern, but not too much of a concern for me.
We can't play like we played against Denver. We have to open the offense up.
Absolutely.
And we don't know how Saquon is. Saquon's banged up a little bit.
Knee soreness, yeah. Well, next man up.
Yeah,
I'd
Dylan.
rather see A.J. Dillon in there.
Yeah.
And nothing against Shipley. Shipley is too undersized. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dillon. He's the same size as A.J. Dillon's the same size as Barkley.
Yeah, the two of them standing next to each other. It's like, Jesus, God, look at the legs.
Quadzilla.
They look like Earl Campbell. I mean, those legs. Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got to mix it up this game. They have to open it up and not be conservative at all.
And contain. And we always have a problem with tight ends. It seems that Jackson Dart really likes that guy, Theo Johnson.
Yep.
So key on him and just play a solid game.
Yeah. I like what's his face. I'm going to totally blank on his name. Not Jay, like the guy they just brought in. Was it Smith? Zakarian Smith or whatever? Zedarius, yeah. He played well. He's there.
Dude, he is. I said it when we should sign him, and sure enough, Somebody
Yeah.
must have heard me, dude.
Yeah.
He's just got a tank of gas, and he's great against the run.
Yeah, he is.
All right, so Mike Pappernick Jr.
Yeah.
thinks the Eagles take their frustrations out on the Giants.
Very true. Very true.
I like the Eagles this week. I mean,
So
if the Giants had neighbors, I might be a little bit more concerned. But Dart really doesn't have too much to work with. I think the Eagles. I think the Eagles go up there. I mean, the Giants do have a good pass rush, which makes me a little concerned as far as if Toth is playing guard. But I think the Eagles. I think the Eagles go up there and win by about 10 points. I like a maybe a 27 to 13 type game,
28-14.
Something like that.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of predictions, now we're at the part of the show where we have the expert on predictions, aka the Mush.
Well,
What's up, John? What's up, Mush? How you doing, bro?
It
I'm
looks like he's at
right.
church.
Other than these Philly teams that we got, I'm doing all right. They're not doing too good, but let's hope. Hopefully, the Eagles can turn things around. I don't have too much confidence in the Phillies turning anything around, but maybe the Eagles. And I told Joe earlier today, a lot of our crazy big turnaround games for the season come against the Giants. So maybe something special will happen Thursday night that'll maybe turn the season around. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So,
Mush, who'd you root for last week? The Eagles?
So I looked at
Denver?
my games from last week. I went back to reality. I was 1-4. The only one that I had right was what was it? The Patriots going to Buffalo and winning that game. That was, but all the other games I lost. So I was 1-4 last week. So if you went opposite of me last week, probably made some money. So.
Now you know what's funny? You actually went 2-3. Because I'm seeing right here. You had Baltimore, which you sucked. But you had the Saints going against the Giants, so you won that.
Wait. Hold on a second. I want to check something because I think you're wrong on that. Hold on.
Dude, I'm looking right at your text.
Hold on.
Okay.
Were you sleeping when you sent this?
I'm looking right here.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I did read that wrong. I had the Saints. I had the Saints getting 1.5 against the Giants. Oh, okay. So I was right on that one.
Yeah, you were 2. Yeah, you were 2-3.
Okay, all right.
And the Patriots won to win in Buffalo. That was a really good call. So I got I love to rip you on your shitty picks, but I got to give you props on that one. That was a good pick.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So
Mike.
So it wasn't too bad. I still have a winning record for the year so far. So let's see what.
All right. So who's the picks today?
All right. So the first game that I got Pittsburgh. They're favored by 5.5, and this was earlier today. So I have them to win and cover against Cleveland, and the game's at Pittsburgh. So what do you guys think about that one?
I like
Who's
that.
playing quarterback?
Dylan Gabriel's the quarterback for Brown.
He's still playing. They're not going to throw in Fedor.
Yeah, they call him Mr. Data because he's so good with remembering the plays. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I like if that game was at Cleveland, maybe they might cover that, but I feel Pittsburgh's going to win by it. I think Pittsburgh wins by 10 against Cleveland. So that's my pick for that.
Okay.
All right, the second game that I have the Pats to cover 3.5 and beat the Saints.
Yeah.
The
I'm
Pats
sold on Spencer Rattler, so give me the Patriots as well.
Yeah.
I think they'll cover that 3.5. I think the Pats can. I think the Pats win that game by 7 or 8 points.
Okay.
So that's for my second game. My third game, I have the Colts to cover the 6.5 and beat the Cardinals. I like the Colts in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, especially with Kyler. Kyler Murray's a little dinged up, so okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Colts.
I think the Colts have a better team than the Cardinals, so
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the Colts.
Colts and the Cardinals have no running backs, so yeah, give me the Colts.
All right,
The Colts
and
came out of nowhere this year, really. They're kind of a
Yeah.
surprise team.
For the-
Sexton's getting them to play, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so for my fourth game, I have the Bengals. This line was very high today. I have the Bengals to cover the 14.5, but lose to the Packers. I don't think they're going to beat the Packers, but that line's kind of high. I just don't think the Packers are going to beat them over 14.5. I mean,
Where's the game?
I think it's at. I think it was at Packers.
It's got to be in Green Bay if the line's
Yeah,
that high.
I think it was at Packers. Well,
it
when I
is.
saw it. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. That line 14.5 is really high, and I don't know. I think the Bengals can cover it, but I don't see them beating the Packers. So,
No, they're not going to beat.
I
the
would
Packers.
I would take the 14.5
Yeah.
with the Bengals. What do you think? What do you think about that one?
I would go with the points too. I don't think they'll cover by that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, and how about the fifth game?
Fifth game and the final game, I got KC to cover the 2.5 and beat the Lions.
I go with Lions.
It's going to be a tough game, but I see KC winning it anywhere between 3 and 7.
I see the Lions winning. I think KC is disoriented. They don't know what to do. They just don't look like the KC of per se of old. The one we're used to over the last 4 or 5 years. They just don't.
Yeah, they surprised. They really surprised me last. I mean, I thought, with them when they had won when they came back and they beat the Giants and then they beat Baltimore. I was kind of thinking, all right, they're going to go on a little bit of a run.
Mm-hmm.
But them losing to Jacksonville last night, I think I like the Lions in this game. I think I like the Lions in this game.
I actually watched when I was watching the game. I was watching it more to see how KC was playing. Because I really didn't know at first that the Jaguars were at that time 3-1. I'm like, that's kind of slipped by. But then I was kind of watching how KC was, and Pacheco, for whatever reason, just seems to be getting stopped everywhere. Their passing game doesn't seem to be on. I don't know. The offensive line doesn't seem to be as strong as it's been in the past. And Mahomes is, back there running around, and they're getting to him now. He's not taking his long runs down the field like he used to. So I just think they have a little bit of a disarray there in KC. And
all right,
straight up.
All right, let's look at the rest of these games here. We already are the Eagles minus 7.5. I know we all thought the Eagles were going to win. Do we all think the Eagles cover the 7.5?
Yes.
I don't think they cover 7.5.
All right, but do they win?
I think they win, but I think it's 3 or 4.
Okay. Denver and the Jets in the overseas game. Denver's favored by 7.
I'd go with that.
Yeah,
I like Denver. Until the Jets prove otherwise, they are fucking hideous.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being a Jets fan every year? Oh my God.
I know.
There's nothing to ever look forward to. Nothing.
What bridge? Has anybody jumped off that bridge in New York?
All right, we got Dallas and Carolina. The Cowboys are favored by 3.5 at Carolina. I like Dallas.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to say that.
Unfortunately, I like Dallas too.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm right there with you. We'll watch Rico Dow put it on Dallas.
I hope so.
Chargers at Miami. Chargers are favored by 4. Tell you what, man, Miami's not that good, but the Chargers O-line's got so many injuries.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Becton's the latest one too. So
I don't know. You know what? I actually think I think Miami's going to cover that just because the Chargers line is so banged up.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. Harbaugh will get those guys going somehow.
Chargers for me.
All right. Here you got the Rams at the Ravens. No Lamar Jackson again, probably. The Rams are favored by 7.5. Boy, the Ravens are going to be what, 1-5? Holy shit!
They lose this game, they're out of the playoffs if they're not already out. But yeah, I go with the Rams in this game.
Stafford and company and Puka, he's just playing his ass off. So.
He's having a Saquon year.
Yep.
Yeah, Eddie Prather says Miami to cover. The Chargers, oh, you know what? Yeah, Hampton's out too. Chargers have no running. Yeah, Chargers are really banged up.
They just signed Naheem Hines for a running back.
Okay. All right, then we got Seattle and Seattle at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's favored by 1. Wow. That's
Seattle.
Seattle.
I think I like Seattle too. Jacksonville coming off a big emotional win against Kansas City. I think Seattle goes there and beats them.
You know what you can see about the NFL this year? There is no powerhouse team this year. It's really this season is up for grabs. There's no team that's dominant. Not one.
No, I I agree with you. I was actually thinking that the other night, like not just because us and Buffalo lost, but just like there really aren't many. I mean, you're right. I don't like.
There's no team that looks like they're going to run away with the season. There's nobody.
Nah, it's going to be like first place, second place. See like a fill-in kind of team come in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We got Tennessee and the Raiders. Raiders are favored by 4.5. I like Tennessee. Gino, what the hell happened to Geno Smith?
He must have drank some kind of water, man, because he's an interception machine, bro. Yeah. More interceptions than touchdowns.
He must be like getting his calls from Eli Manning. He was Mr. Interception.
Is that game at Tennessee?
No, it's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
Oh man.
Who's Tennessee's favored?
No, the Raiders are favored by 4.5.
4.5.
Dude, that's a pick.
I could see Tennessee winning. Actually, that game I could see either one of those teams. It's a bad game. Any one of those teams could win that game.
I push on this. I don't know. I have no clue on this one.
Yeah, the Raiders in Tennessee are like it's hit or miss. It's like a pick'em.
Yeah. You know what? It's in Las Vegas. I'll have to say Raiders. So.
All right. San Francisco is at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's favored by 3.
Tampa
Bay
all the way. Yeah.
I like Tampa Bay, and then we already touched on the Lions and the Chiefs.
Okay.
The Monday night game. Oh, actually, there's 2 Monday night games. Yes. It looks like. Buffalo at Atlanta. Bills are favored by 4.5. I like the Bills.
After what
Buffalo.
Chicago at Washington. Washington's favored by 4.5. I'll tell you what, Washington looked pretty good Sunday.
I would go with Washington.
You really see a difference when Jane and Daniels is in there. You know, that kid can really play. I think I like Washington.
Where's the game?
It's in Washington.
All right, yeah, I'll go with Washington.
All right, and then that's it.
Give me Washington.
That's it on the games, it looks like. All right, and then one last thing before we get out of here. I think the Flyers open this week, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
And how about the Flyers trading Ryan Ellis finally?
The contract, fabulous move. Freed up a lot of money. We needed that.
Yes, it did. They got 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a pick. So,
any chance of the Flyers making the playoffs this year, or probably?
I think they got a chance. I mean, they were second to last for making it last year. They got knocked out, so they have a chance. It comes down to one thing: they need a goalie that works.
They've needed a goalie for the past 30 years.
Yes, they have. Ever since they got rid of Bobrovsky and made a stupid move there, they just haven't had a goalie that works. They need a goalie that works. That comes down to that. Yeah. I think the team around it's good, but they're young. Tockett's going to do a lot. I think Tockett's he's not going to let these guys get away with shit like these other coaches did.
Hopefully.
I was going to say, when I was talking about the big sports night, if the Phillies found a way to win tomorrow night, then you'd have Phillies, Flyers, and Eagles all Thursday night, because the Flyers open up against Florida in Florida, and that's a shame. I mean, because you got to be a diehard hockey fan if you're going to watch that instead of the Phillies or the Eagles. Let's keep it real.
I have a bunch of TVs in my office, so all three of them are going to be on YouTube TV, and all three of them will have a different game on.
There you go. You go.
When do the Sixers open? When's their first game?
6 years from now.
Yeah, Sixers. I think the Sixers are like a week or two later. Eddie Prather says Flyers have a much better chance than the Penguins making the playoffs. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So, all right, well, we'll get more Flyers talk, as these weeks come on, especially after the Phillies get eliminated. So, we'll get a little bit of Flyers and Sixers. But
it's so disappointing to hear that. It's just horrible.
It is.
I don't want them to torture us with a win and then lose the next game. I'd rather it just be done. Get it over with. Fire Topper. Get rid of Cassiano. Change this whole club. It's over.
I have a direct question to every one of you, and in all honesty, now he's been here for obviously a couple of years, and he's I'm going to say great player. Well, what do you really think of Harper right now?
He's come up small. He hasn't produced. He had that one. What was it? 22 was the last time he came through in the playoffs. He's come up small.
Do you think it's too much pressure that it's just on him, or obviously Schwarber took everything on his back this year and carried the team.
I think his injuries have played a part.
Injuries play a part.
Yeah, the injuries. I think it's mental. It's not that he's not trying. It's just I don't know what it is. These guys just, for some reason, the playoffs come around and they just disappear. Like, look at Schwarber. All season, Schwarber's hitting a home run every other at bat, and now the guy can't get one damn hit in the playoffs.
And I agree what everybody's saying. Talking to my sons, and we all have the same feeling. I don't feel when Harper first came here and was hitting the home runs left and right, and then this year with Schwarber, I still don't have that feeling in my gut that when Ryan Howard came up to the bat, the ball was gone. There was just something that it didn't matter what you were doing. If I could be taking a shower and hear Howard's at bat, and I'd run out naked just to watch him bat. You know what I mean? Because there was just an aura about him, the way he would hit.
Well, the thing now is now with Schwarber not doing anything in the playoffs, like now you got to really think: do you give him that big contract?
I still would. I mean, I know the playoffs. I know he's struggling in the playoffs, but they don't have enough power. I mean, if they don't sign him, they have no power. So I still think you got to bring him back, but you got to change a lot of the other parts of the lineup.
I wish we could somehow trade Trey Turner for something, but that's not going to happen.
But I just didn't know, because we got a lot of years left with Harper, and I like Harper a lot. I think he brings a lot to the team, but I think to me he's underperformed. I mean, we had a choice between him and Machado in a way, and I like him better than Machado. I just think he's underperformed, and we still got him for how many years?
5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't give him that extension. Remember, a year or two ago, he wanted that extension. Thank God we didn't do that.
I really think it's the injuries, the wrist, and the elbow, and just like John said, sports psyche, the mental aspect. I think he loves the fact that the fans are with him, but you're trying too much. Just be you, be the guy that you were at the Nationals, jacking home runs. But what happened when the Nationals let him go? They won the World Series.
Yeah. I was wondering about that, because it is kind of an oddity, Supposedly your best player leaves and they win.
Mm-hmm. And how old is Schwarber? I think he's 32.
He's 32, but he's going to be 33 in March. So he's actually entering his age 33 year.
They can't go into next season with the same team. They can't. They got to shake things up. They got to do something.
Well, you weren't on earlier. We actually said that, get rid of Bohm, Cassidy, Nikki Three Buttons,
Yeah.
Marsh, and just bring up.
What
before
about
we go,
Topper? I'm fine with them getting rid of Topper. I think it might be time for a new manager.
Because the bunt said it all.
I'm concerned about that. Like, I agree. I think his time here is done. He brought a lot to the team. He turned the team around when what's-his-face had it. So I agree. But I have a question. What do you think with the players, such as if they do keep Schwarber, Realmuto, Harper, and them? They all seem to love Topper like a family. Do you think they would go for it? Do you think they care, or do they just say, "Okay, look, it's part of the sport"?
It's part of just like you just said, Jeff.
The game. They didn't produce.
It's part of the game. It's been nice. It's been real. It's been.
You think we need a hard ass in here?
And we
just need I think we all can agree, right, Joe? Like a coach that is for you, but holds you accountable and is going to go out on the field and fight for you. Like I said earlier, Lou Piniella, Aaron Boone, Kichter.
I was just going to say to you, if the Yankees let Aaron Boone go, would you pick up Aaron Boone?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, if Bruce Bochy still wanted to manage, I'd consider bringing him in.
They were saying on the radio today to bring bring him in. They said like he's like one of the top managers.
Yeah, I mean, he's got multiple World Series rings. Because I mean, if you're John Middleton or Dave Dombrowski, you gotta be wondering if Topper's the guy to get you over the hump, and Bruce Bochy could get guys over the hump. So
I couldn't agree more with you on that. Yeah.
How much longer is Realmuto here for? Because we need
free
agent. Yeah, we need a new catcher because his pretty much gone too.
He's still the starter. He wants to stay. You need a backup catcher, and you can give him some time off, but he's still one of the best arms in baseball.
Defensively, he's still good, but his hitting is definitely dropped.
He actually turned it around. His hitting actually turned around after he came out from being injured. I mean, he's not the home run hitter he was, but he's still one of the better catchers in the league. I mean, obviously, there's other ones that are now caught up, but
he's productive. That's all that matters to me.
And he's like Chooch. He's great with the pitchers.
Yep. Calls a great game. Tough as nails. Getting hit everywhere on part of his body. You don't think he comes back, but he comes back.
Yeah, can you imagine the uproar if I don't agree with them starting Nola this game, but can you imagine if Nola gives up like 5 runs in the first inning? Oh my god.
I hear you.
I can imagine that, so don't say that.
Well, it's the mush talking, so maybe
maybe he has great.
Maybe it's the opposite effect.
Maybe he throws the gem.
Yeah, he might.
He throws the gem, guys.
Maybe he throws the perfect game.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that'll be the damn day.
And then we'll walk more and say, "Oh, we knew Nola was going to do it. We knew we had it in him."
All right, guys. Well, look, hey, let's. You know what? It's highly unlikely, but let's pray for a miracle that somehow the next time we do this show, the Phillies have won 3 in a row and they're entering the NLCS. And then hopefully the Flyers get off to a decent start. Hopefully the Eagles, get their mojo back Thursday, and we'll have a lot to talk about next Monday. And we'll have a lot to talk about next Monday, whether the Phillies win or lose. Because if they lose, we'll be talking about what kind of changes they can make. So
the Phillies did it against the Cardinals, right? Didn't they win 3 in a row in 22? Didn't they come back?
No, they lost. Remember, that's when Ryan Howard messed up his foot.
No, 22. Yeah, when we played the Cardinals, we were down to them. We were down in that series, and we came back.
We weren't, dude. We were losing. We were losing in game 1, and then we came back in the 9th inning, and then we won 2 games to none.
Maybe you think about the Flyers that year when they were down, and they won 2 series when they were down to the last game, and they won both series.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, look, go Birds, go Phillies. One last thing. I'm not a Penn State guy. James Franklin, you blow.
Wow.
James Franklin, you suck. And you know what? And maybe you know what? Like, I got to admit, I think he kind of got his comeuppance in a way. I mean, because, like, you schedule Villanova, you kick Villanova's ass, and you're, like, calling timeouts at the end of the game to run up the score. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, hey, when you play Little Sisters of the Poor and then you play real teams, which, by the way, they were 25-point favorites against UCLA. So,
yeah, that was a joke.
Fuck them. Maybe next year you should play decent teams out of conference.
And the logo has not hurt Notre Dame. They're still winning.
There you go. Yeah, well, it hurts me. I don't like it.
But it hasn't hurt their gameplay. So,
nah, I hear you. Well, but they do have 2 losses, though. I'm blaming those 2 losses on the new logo. So, all right, guys. Well, look, go Birds, go Phils.
Have a good week, guys.
See you next week.
All right, see ya.
Game strong, let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play. We see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought, a touchdown mind. Out of the box every time. No limits, no change, no walls to climb.